cloud solutions architect at Microsoft, and my aim is to empower every single person to be better at technical interviews. Today, actually, I'm going to talk about my day one after joining Microsoft. If you don't know my journey, I have been planning to get a job at top tier IT company for a long time, and my dream had actually came true this past year in 2022. And after completing all of the onboarding and all of the hiring proceedings, my first day at Microsoft was on October 12th, 2022. I would never forget this day, as because this was the dream company that I was hoping for to get a job into for a long time, and finally the dream had came true. Basically, for the first day at joining Microsoft, I need to go through something they called employee orientation or neo onboarding in Microsoft terms. So I needed to do that on the first day of after my joining. And the thing is, there were two ways to complete the neo onboarding. I had the option to go for virtual onboarding since we live in the post-COVID era, or the second option was I could have gone to the Microsoft office and do my onboarding there. So definitely I chose the latter, and I decided to go to the Microsoft office. Now I live in Toronto, so basically I went to the Microsoft office in downtown Toronto, which is located at CIBC Square. It is an amazing office. It is a new office that they had just opened up, and my onboarding was supposed to start at 9. But the thing is, since previous night I was not able to keep up my excitement to go to the company that I have strived for so long, and I actually reached there a lot early. I reached there at around 8:15, and the moment I reached there, it had finally sunken in that I was actually able to go to the Microsoft office and attend the onboarding session. So this was a really excitement opportunity for me. That when I went to their office, they have a beautiful office in downtown Toronto, and it's brand new. They just opened in February 2022, so everything is just like fresh, brand new. First, let me just give you a quick demo of the Microsoft office, and then I will go through my first day at Microsoft. So after seeing the office, you must be understanding that why I was so excited to be at that place at that moment. And the thing is, my day started at 9 o'clock, where I was able to go on an office tour by a staff member, and she explained the whole office, the different features of the office, and there were a lot of things to be discovered for the Microsoft office. So I'm actually going to make a separate video on that, completely dedicated towards touring the Microsoft office, and that would come sometime in the future. But after completing the entire office tour, my day had actually begun, and I had like around 10 to 15 minutes break in between. So during that time, I actually got on call with my manager, and I set up some credentials and did few initial onboarding things that I needed to complete. Now, one interesting thing happened in that particular meeting. And that interesting thing was, my manager asked that is there anything I can help you at this moment? And I was like, can you give me just some brief idea or some summary that what are the things am I supposed to learn and what are the things am I supposed to do? And I was hoping to get some answer where she would mention some technologies that I need to study and some techniques that I need to learn and things like that. But the thing is, to my surprise, when the answer she gave me was completely different. First thing she said is that this is the wrong question, Parth. The right question should be that what are you interested? Because we at Microsoft have such a wide and a huge array of services where we can complete anything that you want. So basically, she was giving me the option to choose my own career, and from that moment I was awestruck, because at all the companies I have previously worked, I would be specifically asked that, hey, go ahead and complete this, or go ahead and learn this because we need this. But I realized that I think at Microsoft the things are being done in different manner, so which was pretty cool, right? Definitely, who wouldn't want to be in such an environment where you are given the autonomy and the choice to decide your own work? So which was pretty interesting. And then my first presentation of the day started. So first presentation of the day was based on Microsoft values. The thing is, that presentation was actually quite fun and also an eye opener for me. The presenter kept on going on about Microsoft's values and what are the things that really matter, and what are the things that makes the company that what it is. So one of the cool things I like about Microsoft is that they mentioned that Microsoft is huge on diversity and inclusion. So what diversity and inclusion means, these are not just some cool fancy words that are being thrown around. When I actually saw the Microsoft office and the people working there, and also the people who gave me presentations all across, and also my entire working experience so far, I can vouch for that diversity and inclusion is not only being talked about, but it is also there in practice. Because I have met a lot of people who are from different minorities, different backgrounds, different colors, different races, different genders, and these things are all done in such an inclusive manner that no one feels left out, and they basically don't have any bias based on your ethnicity or your race, so which was pretty cool. And also the second thing they talked about is that Microsoft is pretty huge on growth mindset. So what does a growth mindset means? Well, growth mindset means that they are actually implying that a person can grow if they are given the right environment. I think their philosophy is something like that: if a seed doesn't bloom, it's not the fault of the seed, but it's the fault of the environment. And Microsoft as a company, they want to provide the best environments to their employees where they feel like they can grow. Because I have heard stories from different people where they can have 5 completely different jobs in a span of like maybe 5, 6, 10 years, and all of these jobs are not even related to each other, and still they can do it. So basically you will never get bored out of doing the same thing repetitive again and again, which is pretty interesting if you ask me. Because most of the people, they feel fatigue at a job after some time, and they feel like they are just in a repetitive mode and they are not doing anything productive or anything new. So I think it's always good to have this functionality. Like I learned a lot, and I was really excited for the whole process. After that, one thing I want to mention, that earlier I said that Microsoft is huge in diversity and inclusion, but the thing is, on those first few days, I had a bunch of different presentations being given by different teams, and one common thing I could find on all of them is that they all belong to either some minorities, or some person of disability, or some person of different background, different ethnicity. And there was no bias, or there was no concern that what is their background or who they are coming from, which in my opinion gives me a lot of confidence. Because as someone who is living in a foreign country and who is considered a visible minority, definitely it's good to be at a place where these things don't even matter, and the only thing matters is that how good you are doing, and what is your attitude towards learning and doing cool new things. So it's always good to be appreciated in that regard. And all in all, this was my experience. I would be making some more video on like my first 3 months of experience at Microsoft, and where I would go in detail about more things. But all in all, it was a great experience. I am pretty happy to be working at a company where I'm feeling appreciated, respected, and also I have the opportunity to do a lot of cool things. So looking forward to have a brighter future. Thank you.